Howdy folks, welcome back to the channel. About, I want to say a month ago, we started working on this 1978 John Deere 316. As you guys know, the engine was taken apart. As you guys can see, somebody took the engine apart when all it really needed was rings. Previously, we took the engine, we cleaned it out with some old gas, as well as we cleaned up the cylinder bore a little bit. We went around it with some sandpaper and a wire wheel and cleaned up all the surfaces. Got this motor looking really nice. Roughly last night, funny story about this guy. Going through the basement, I was looking for a valve spring compressor, and we had some stuff downstairs from my grandpa's house. He used to work on old cars, and this was in a toolbox in one of his boats. I wish I knew what I knew now about, let's see, he passed away about 6 years ago. I wish I'd have known then what I know now about engines and stuff. That place was engine engine heaven. I thought about it, and I thought, you know, there's a toolbox downstairs from my grandfather's house. I wonder if we have a valve spring compressor downstairs for putting valve springs in. And I was going through it, and I saw this. Now, I get asked all the time when I get something new, like a new tractor or a new rototiller, I get asked, when are you going to restore it? When are you going to restore it? When are you going to restore it? I'm not. I don't restore stuff. I don't believe in restoring stuff. A tractor's only original once. A rototiller's only original once. A push mower's only original once. And if it's still in original shape, or if it's still original and in good shape, what the hell's the point in restoring it? Same with this. You know, what the hell's the point in me restoring this? I mean, this tractor looks fine. It's got some patina to it. It's two different colors. But there ain't nothing wrong with that. Same with this little guy over here. There ain't nothing wrong with him. Video on him soon. Well, 140 is kind of a different story, but I'm not going to repaint it. Another thing about me when it comes to restoring, repainting, things get scratched. You know, and you really get upset when you scratch something and you want to go and repaint it. I had that happen on my patio. I didn't repaint it, I just painted over where I scratched it. Same with the Cub, you know, I'm not going to restore the Cub, I'm not going to repaint it. Now, restoring stuff, engine-wise, I'll do that. I'll take the engine apart and put new rings in it and new gaskets. But I'm not going to go over the entire tractor and repaint it. It just costs too much if you ask me, and I just don't want to put that time into it. And I like my stuff having a little bit of rust on it, you know, so I'm just going to leave it alone. This guy's an exception, though, as you can see. This little guy is missing the spring that holds this down and extends these out. Also, one of these stones, this thing was used pretty well, as you guys can see. It's missing one of the stones. I ordered some stones for it last night. I think I paid 14 bucks. Something around there, 14. Now, after I already ordered them, I found a set for 8, so I was pissed. But 600 grit. So we're just going to go over this little guy and we're going to fix him up. We got to find a spring. We got to find a nut. I didn't see a spring or a nut when I was going through the box yesterday. But yeah, I saw this and I thought, you know, I'm working on this 316. It'd be great for working on this 316. So here's a little bit of an update for you guys that are wondering about the 316. I noticed that a lot of people really seem to be interested in this tractor. So, a little bit of an update. It's still sitting here. I'm still looking for a compressor. I also found a piston ring compressor when I was down there looking at stuff. But yeah, I wish that I'd have known what I know now about engines and tractors, because he had a couple of John Deeres over there. I think he had a 300 and a 316. He might have had a 3... I remember there being a newer 300 series. I think it might have been a 318, but I don't remember. I have pictures of the one. I don't have pictures of the other. But keep in mind, though, this was almost 10 years ago that we went over there. Let's see, the house is 8 years old. We went over there right after the house. Yeah, so it's been 8 years. 8 years, close to 9. That house turns 8 or 9 years old this year. So, yeah. I didn't know then what I know now, and I wish I would have. I'd have brought those tractors home. Anyway, so we're going to restore this. Restore this. We're going to see if we can bring it back to life and maybe use it again. So I'm going to put you guys in the stand, and we're going to look for a nut and a spring. After doing some looking around, I think I have found our nut. But it does that. That's the only issue. But I mean, it threads on, as you can see, and when it gets tight, it stops. I wonder if we can get it to... I don't know, that's just about the only one I can get that wants to work. So we might just have to go with it and see how it goes. So now we need a spring, not this one. But it doesn't want to come off on its own, which is good. So now I guess we need to find a washer like that. That's kind of small. Our spring didn't go over. So I need a spring. I need a strong spring. I wonder if I have any extra. I wonder if how a valve spring would work. Let's take a look at this. I found that these are wore out valve stems, I guess. The way the hone wants to be is it always wants to be out like that. It doesn't want to be closed up like this. If it's closed up like this, it's no good. Your spring is no good, and it doesn't work. If it's out like this, it's pushing against the bore, giving you it gives you the crosshatch in your bore. What that crosshatch is for is, as this goes around like that, it'll put little marks in your bore. That's to help the rings seat. When you get new rings, usually you want to hone out the cylinder, since you're going to have the piston out anyway. And when you hone out the cylinder, those rings, they're gonna sand down on that honed cylinder, and it's gonna help them seat better. That way the oil doesn't get past them. That's the best explanation I could come up with for it. I'm sure if you go somewhere else and ask, they'd probably give you a better one. But that's what I've figured out. You do that, and then that's the exhaust spring right there. That's the intake spring. You can tell by which one's taller and which one's shorter. I'm going to use this one for my experiment. Let's see. See? I probably want the taller one. Yeah, that's not going to work. I didn't figure it would. We'll want a longer spring. Let me find a longer spring and I'll be right back. So I had an idea. Wonder if I was to put both of these together. There we go, we're getting somewhere. I don't know if they'll hold to each other, but we'll find out, I guess. So let's try this now. There, look at that. It did just what I wanted. So we'll bring this down. This spring hopefully isn't too heavy for this. But that's what I've got, and that's what I've got to work with. So we're going to do what we can with it, make it work. There we go, look at that. It's pushing on all them evenly. It might be a little too tight. We might want to loosen it. We don't want it too tight, but we don't want it too loose. We don't want it tight to the point where it's gouging into the cylinder. We don't want it too loose to the point where it's not doing anything, just gliding. So, or we don't want it too loose to the point where it can't even pop itself out like that. So we do want it kind of tight. I'm probably just going to tighten it to the point where it starts to fully out like that. Might back off one. That feels good. It fights me, but only when I get to this point it fights. So now we got to take these pins out right here to take these off. It comes with new those. So let's take those out of there, and after we get those out of there, we will go from there. Usually somebody would just replace the whole hone. They wouldn't bother replacing the stones, but I'm cheap. Did I get it? Yes, I did. Ooh. I'm going to take this roll pin out, and then after I get this roll pin out, we'll do the rest. I just don't want to damage that arm. That's what I'm worried about. Repair. Potentially vice grips. Come on. Tables are nice, but they accumulate so much shit that it makes them not as nice. Oh, good. That moves. It pulls the nice right out of them with how much shit they accumulate. What the hell? Need vice grips like I thought. These are a little bit overkill, but they'll be fine. I wanted the flat ones, but I saw these and I thought, well, those might work. That wasn't tight enough. There we go. There we go, look at that. So now that just comes off, goes over there. That one I can get rid of. I will hang on to its pin though, just stick it back in the hole for right now. So then we'll jump over here to our next victim. I think I'm just going to time lapse this. I think you guys know what I'm doing. There we go. Now we got all them out. Wasn't that bad. So now all we need to do is get our new stones, and after we get our new stones we can reuse it. The stone looks okay. I might hang on to that one. Both of these look okay. I might hang on to these as extra. This one, there's nothing left of it. These two, however, there is, so I might hang on to them, I might not hang on to them. Stick it in there. So I'm going to put this away, and then when we get our new stones, I'll get them installed and we'll try it out. We'll see how it does. I've got a junk engine block upstairs we can try them on. Really excited. about finally getting one of these. I mean, it's not like I needed it a week ago, and of course, I wish I'd have found it then. But oh well. I'll bring you guys back. It is roughly a day or two later. I ended up acquiring my hone stones. Here's our hone. Let's go on ahead and get them put on. And after we get them put on here, we should be able to try it out and see how it does. I did see a cotter pin in there. I'm not sure. There was only one. I figured there'd be three, but there's only one. I do plan on reusing the pins that came with that. Yeah, there's not enough in this one pin to be able to use that to hold all three. I don't know why they bothered putting it in there. I don't know if there's a top or a bottom to these, as in they're supposed to go in a certain way. I think they just go in whichever way you can get them to go. Like that. Oh, they work. Perfect. So then we'll just slide our stone onto there. This looks a little bit too nice for this tool, but oh well. I am glad I found them on there though. I get to reuse this. Why won't that go? That's interesting. Maybe we'll have to fight with it. There it goes. There it goes. Yep. Now it wants to go. So we just need to get it. Looks like it might be bent. No, it's not. It looks like it's lined up. We'll have to. I might as well just go on ahead and get that stuck in there. Yeah, well now it's in there. I guess it would help if I lubricated that a little bit, but oh well. Vice grips aren't exactly the right tool for this, but cool. It's on. No, it's not. Oh, now it is. I guess you just gotta fight with it until it goes. These might be a little bit wider than my old ones. Here's one of the old ones. No. They're the same size. No, they are a little bit wide. No, maybe not. They look about the same. Interesting. Why does it need a longer pin? I found a few things that I could potentially use. Cut that spring up and use it. That's too big. Yeah, that's too big. We can't use that. We could use that. Can't use this. This is probably too big. We could cut that up and use it. That'll work, but you gotta fight with it. So there we go. We're done. We're somewhere. We don't need these pins no more, I guess. But yeah, I just want something I can cut up, and not cut up, but just something I can bend and use without risking it flying out. You know, I don't trust those roll pins. And I want whatever I put in here to be long enough so I can bend it so it doesn't gouge into my cylinder. I don't like that already, and I'm sure you can see why. There. Look at that. So no, that can't. Perfect. Look at that. I figured something out. So now I'm going to take the roll pin that I harassed and beat in there out. Harassed and beat for no reason. Getting these out. I don't want to damage these stones. Oh fuck. Oh shit, just the thing I didn't want to do. We do it right because we do it twice. I know you guys have heard that before from me. Yeah, well, you've noticed it, I'm sure. Do it right because we do it twice. More than likely, I'm going to have to replace this stone. We're just going to pretend it didn't happen. I need something to set this on. I won't damage that. Stone with. How's that? Does that work? I felt it move. Perfect. That's from before. Maybe it'll be okay. Maybe we'll get lucky. Well, I could send it back and say they damaged my part. Maybe I'll consider it. For right now, I just want to get this done. I'm already pissed. Let's get this through here. You know, next month, I saw this and I thought this was cool. February 22nd, which is also George Washington's birthday. George Washington was the first president of the United States. Oh, here we go. We'll just use this instead. He was the first president of the United States, General Washington, most people refer to him as. February 22nd, this year is 2022. February starts with a 2. I'm sure you guys see where I'm going with this. 2, 22, 22. What do you guys think? Isn't that cool? I thought that was really funny. I don't know anybody else on that day with a birthday other than George Washington, which was kind of disappointing, but that's still really cool. So let's get that bent. So yeah, make sure you keep our first president in mind and wish him a happy birthday on the 22nd. I still think that is kind of cool though, that it's 2/22/22. I'm sure not as many people thought it was as cool as I did when I heard about it. I don't know. We had that happen in 2010, 2011. 10, 10, 10. This will be the last time it happens though for a while. Alright, what's your deal now? There you go. So yeah. And do be sure you keep General Washington in mind on that day. I still think that's kind of cool that that's his birthday. I don't know anybody else that has a birthday on that day. I wish I did, but I don't, unfortunately, so. Where is, I'm just going to use these. Oh, nothing could go wrong with using them. Alright? Should have made sure to clean that up. So then we'll come over here and we'll try not to damage this one. And we'll take our pin out. I don't know, I thought that was really cool though. February 22nd, 2022. Now if it was 2222, that'd be really cool. That would complete it. Well, whatever. We'll just use this pin. It won't hurt nothing with these. Hopefully. Well, shit. There we go. And if you know anybody else, oh, never mind, who cares? Nobody cares about birthdays. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And it moves nicely. Cool. Then we'll just swing around back here and do the right thing, and that won't go nowhere, I don't think. I think we'll be okay. Hopefully we'll be okay with that. So there we go. All of them move nicely, and everything seems to be done. I don't really have any intentions on using this block, but I want to test this and make sure it works real good. That, and I don't want to do a really engine that I plan on fixing up and damage it. So we're just going to try it on this guy first. His bore doesn't look terrible. He's just a little 8-horse. His bore doesn't look horrible, but it does need a little bit of a tune-up. So we're going to give him a nice little cleaning. For those of you who don't recognize this, this is one of those engines that came with my horde of 8 horses that I had been given in trade for a ladder rack. So when you do this, you'll want to drill. There we go. Wrong way. No. There. Why the hell? I guess that was kind of tight. So we'll just grab this and we'll stick it in our arch out. I don't know how fast you want to go. I don't know how slow you want to go. I've never done this before. That's why I wanted to grab a block from upstairs, just to teach myself how to do it. I was told you want to put a little bit of oil in your bore before you do this, so I'm just going to dribble a little smidgen in there just to help that out. I don't know how much oil you want to put in there. This is just light oil. I wouldn't really think you'd want to put oil in there. Yeah, I would figure you'd want it to do its job, but apparently you want a little coat of oil in there, so I'm just going to smear that around real good, like that. Then I'm going to take my hone, and I'm going to stick it in. My pins aren't touching. Good. I don't know which way you want to spin the drill. Ready? Our stones look alright. Grab something to wipe that bore out with and make sure it looks good. Let's take a look. Hopefully I didn't damage it when it came out those couple times. Just about want to get every single bit of everything out. You don't want to have anything in there when you're running that. Okay, it looks alright. I can't really tell a difference. Looks like it did something though. I don't know, it's not bright enough. I'm starting to wonder if I stuck a little too much oil in there. I don't see anything. I don't really think it did anything. So I wonder if I put too much oil in there or the wrong type of oil. Let's just try it. I dried out that cylinder. I hope this doesn't damage it. Unless those springs I'm using aren't strong enough. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, now I notice something looks like it's been done. Okay, it's cleaning up. It actually looks really looks alright. What the hell? I think the batteries in this slider going out. I mean, it looks alright. I'm not sure if that looks good or not. You guys would have to tell me. I mean, it looks alright. It did clean it up though. What's the issue with this light? It definitely looks like it cleaned it up. I wonder if I'm not spinning it fast enough. I wonder if that might be a little too fast. That's second gear. That's first. This is at the same RPM. I don't know. I'm not sure what I wanted at. I probably don't want it that fast. This is really tiring. Oh yeah, that looks good. It's really starting to look a lot better. I can see some of the places where it's not getting. The thing I was told, ball hone versus that type of hone, a ball hone will go into just about everything. It's gonna, if there's a spot in there that's deeper into the cylinder that needs to be, if this needs to be sanded down a little bit, it's not gonna do it. The ball will go into and out of wherever it needs to be. I was told with this type of hone right here, it'll go into, or it won't go in, it'll flatten it to get that ridge out, or to get that groove out of the bore, whatever it is, the pit out of the bore. But you don't want to sand it down to the point where you need to have your engine bored, where you put it out of spec. That's not warm, is it? No. Definitely looks good though. Looks like it is doing something. So I'm not exactly sure how many times you want to run it through there. I was told about 50. So, and if my arm's getting tired after just that, oh boy. I need a drill press. That's what I need. I need a manual mill. I'm gonna have to look around. Maybe I can find one. I don't want this to look perfect though. I don't know if I plan on using this engine for anything or not. Especially now, since I've done that. I want to take and wipe off these stones. I don't know if it'll hurt them or help them in any way, but might as well. There we go. That looks good. Look nice and clean. I don't know if there's a special way to clean those, but we'll have to see. Let's just put them back in there and try again. Now since we've cleaned those stones. Ready? Well, I'm sure y'all don't want to sit here and watch me do this. I'd say that looks alright. It looks good. I think the main point of it is to deglaze the cylinder bore. Take the coat, the shiny out of it. I think that's the main point. I think I've done that already. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this video teached you something, taught you something. It for sure didn't teach you how to bore a hone a cylinder, that's for sure. So, I want to thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't enjoy the video, well, oh well. Leave me a comment down below if you've done this before and you see something I did wrong when it comes to honing out the cylinder or putting the stones onto the hone. I don't want to hear anything about pins. I don't care. If you know what type of spring that's supposed to have, let me know. Best stone. how fast you're supposed to do it. I haven't really looked around all that much. I went over to Mike's house the one day he honed out my 140's engine, and that's about the first time I've ever seen it done. So I got my idea from him. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video. Like I said, leave me some advice down below if you know something about this that I missed. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye. Here's an update for everybody waiting on a video on the 316. All I need to do now is order a rebuild kit, get the cylinder honed for the engine, find myself a valve spring compressor so I can put the keepers in the engine. I could probably go on ahead and put the governor in if I wanted to right now, but I'm going to hold off on that until I have everything for it. And I think for right now everything's done with this tractor, all except for I just need to put that motor back together, drop it in the tractor. Yes, it is missing a wheel. Drop the engine into the tractor, and once I do that, we can use it. So yeah, stay tuned.